Well, welcome back everybody, it is your boy Broncos Guru coming back at you again. I always get comments on Facebook and Instagram telling me that people just got their boats and they want to make sure they don't end up on Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. Figure why not, let's make a couple videos to help keep people off of it. So we'll start off this week with how not to dock your boat. What we'll do is we'll walk through some of these people that we're going to see over the next few minutes, some of the docking mistakes they're making, we'll explain what they are and how you can avoid them. We'll start with our first boater here, and they've got several mistakes going on. The first one right here is it looks like they're trying to do a pivot line up front with the lady that's on the dock, but pivot lines typically only work well from the rear of the boat or the mid-cleat. Their second mistake they have going on, which is probably the bigger mistake, is typically in any docking situation, you want the nose of the boat to go into the current. Here you can tell that they're battling a current. Now they've gotten the boat sideways and they're getting the full force of the current pushing on the boat. And with this pivot cleat, all that's going to happen now when he puts the boat in reverse, it's going to flow with the current and the boat's going to go backwards with the current. Anytime you're in a current situation, definitely make sure you can get that nose in. Here they probably should have backed into the slip, or if the lady would have put the pivot line on the mid cleat or the rear cleat, they would have had a much easier time getting this over onto the dock as well. Our second boater here makes an all too common mistake. He's getting his boat ready, and he doesn't go around and do a full final inspection to make sure that all the lines are off. And here, as you can see by the arrow, one of his port side lines is still attached to the dock at the mid cleat. So of course this guy's going to go ahead and put this boat into gear. This line's going to draw tight and it's going to force the boat to turn. Now I actually will give this guy some props because I've been on some boats and seen some guys do this situation before, and typically your gut instinct is to gun the gas when it happens because you can't understand why the boat's doing what it's doing. This guy kind of takes it easy and just slows down, realizes that something's wrong, puts it into neutral, relaxes, and he does eventually figure out that it was a line that's attached. Here we have the distracted boater. This guy's backing up to a dock, but this boat he's just picked up and it's his first time driving it. So he's kind of more interested in what's going on in the boat than what's actually happening around the dock. And he's actually coming in a little bit hot. Right here, he's not even looking back and all of a sudden it's too late and they are into the dock. Always pay attention when you're around the dock, guys. And this is what it looks like when you're not really ready to approach a dock, but you come in anyway. This captain should have stopped, let everybody get everything out, and get everything organized before they approach the dock. Should have had somebody assigned to jump off the back of this boat and grab the lines. Instead, they're just tossing lines off the back of the boat, and there's nobody up at the front to help in case there's any issues, and of course there is, and they're already into another boat. Whenever you're approaching the dock, make sure you've got everything out and ready to go. Make sure everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing as well before you get there. Also, another key thing when you're docking is go ahead and approach the docks sober. I don't believe this guy's doing that. This guy right here spends about 5 minutes, which I'm not going to show all 5 minutes, playing pinball around this marina and just banging into boats. He can't seem to figure it out. I don't know if he's got a mechanical failure of some kind going on, but everything he's trying to do just is not working out in his favor. He's being very heavy-handed on the throttles and he's just causing damage. If you run into a situation like this where you're causing damage, don't be afraid to ask for help. Get some other people involved. Maybe somebody else will come help you out with their boat and they will help get you back into your slip. Watching this video, these guys actually appeared to know what they were doing. They started off way over here to the left because they knew they were going to fight a heavy current and they were going to let the current bring them back in. When all of a sudden it appears they've had some kind of mechanical failure, all of a sudden this boat is set adrift. If you ever run into this situation, always remember your boat does have a brake. It's called an anchor. So if they would have set the anchor way before they got to these boats, they would not have had this accident right here. Right now they're completely at the mercy of the sea. So once again, if you ever find yourself in a situation in a marina that you are powerless, drop your anchor and it will help you out. This is one of those docking situations that most boaters hate. You're coming into a fuel dock in between boats. You've got a heavy current and wind at the bow of the boat. So you're coming in at an angle you feel is good, but all of a sudden, right when you're about to get to the dock and the boat gets the full effect of the current and wind, the bow will start to come out. What you need to do in this situation, especially if you've got a friend like he does, go ahead and give a few blips of reverse, allow that friend to get off the rear of the boat, tie a pivot line off the rear of the boat, and just a few bursts of forward throttle will actually push the nose back into the dock. This boater really does have a lot going on, but the big thing I want you to take away from this guy is if you look over to the left there, you're going to notice that window's all busted out. What they did here is they didn't take into account of the size of the boat that they were going to be docking next to. Whenever you're docking next to a dock or a boat, you always want to kind of measure everything up and make sure that you've got the correct bumpers and the correct heights to do this. So what happened here is they came in on this boat, his gunnel was higher than the boat that's docking next to him, and when they came in on it, their gunnel went right through that window. Whatever you do, always pay attention to heights. It's very easy to misinterpret these things. You want to make sure you have the correct bumpers and the correct locations to dock whatever you're docking next to so there's no damage to your vessel or the dock or any other boats. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you got a few pointers out of this video. If you haven't yet, check us out on Facebook or Instagram. Let us know what you thought of this. If you thought we should do some more videos like this, or maybe we should just keep with the rail candy and the boneheaded boaters. Also, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, give us a like. We really appreciate it. See you guys on the water.